Good morning, people of God. Good morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it, and the truth shall set us free. I would like to show you this book. It's called Facts Are Facts. It was written by Friedman, and the subject is who are the real Jews? Who are the real Hebrews today? And he was a white person, a white Jew, and he is really explaining it so well. I highly recommend this book. And then we have the invention of the Jewish people by Shlomo Sand. He is a Jew man. I don't know if he's still alive, but as you can see, he's explaining, and we need to know the truth because we've been lied to. And then we have the 13th tribe. As you can see the picture, it's depicting the Jews the way they dress today, and but they are a tribe that was created. God created 12 tribes, and the 13th was created by men. This one really knocked my socks off because it's talking about, as you can see, the star, the so-called Star of David, and with the word Jude, in Germany during World War II, that it was a transfer agreement between Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich with certain Jews who knew exactly what will happen, and they needed that. So the concentration camps and all that were an agreement. And finally, this one talks about the Talmud, the contribution of the Talmud in the Judaic faith, because God gave to Moses the Torah, and from there we have the Pentateuch in the Bible. We have the 5 books of the Bible, but the Talmud came from Babylon. And if you read what the Talmud is saying, it's completely weird in comparison to the Torah. So it's really scary because I didn't know, and I learned a lot. And finally, this one talks about the way we were lied to and the way Israel is still receiving money, but for all the wrong reasons, because they are not the real Jews. So my topic today is about, my question is who are the real Jews, the real Hebrew? We were lied to. I used to have dreams and visions. The setting was biblical times, in the time before the Old Testament. And all the actors, they were black people, brown people. And they had melanin, they were melanized people. And I was worried. I was worried about my sanity. I was like, what is wrong with me? Why do I keep seeing these kind of things? And I stand with Israel. I've sown a lot in a couple of Jewish ministries that are gathering and helping the Jewish people. One of them does Aliyah to take them from where they are to send them back to Israel. But I came to discover that they are only sending white people and not black people, melanized. And my issue is that if Noah was black, if all the fathers in the Old Testament were black people, and they were created first because Adam was a black man, like we talked about previously. So God gave his word, his message to black men and some women, and they wrote what they heard, what they received. They were scribes hearing someone, and they wrote. And I'm grateful that they wrote, but they were black people. So if we need to worship God in spirit and in truth, how come that truth is not told to us? Why was it omitted conveniently? That's my question. And so I started thinking, and then the Holy Spirit led me to these books. It really gave me a freedom in my head, because I saw that I'm not mad, I'm not crazy, I'm not losing it, I'm okay. I'm more than okay. But there is a problem. The truth will set you free, yes, but the truth bothers when it comes, because I struggled with it. I was like, no, that cannot be right. The Jews, I mean, when we see them, when we look at Israel, everybody is pink. They are locoderms. And then it started dawning on me that no, I was dealing with the same spirit of white supremacy. Everywhere that you have many layers of different ethnicities, the lighter ones want to be on top and the darker ones must be at the bottom because the white ones said so. And we see that on every continent. Even when we go to Asia, we look at them, the lighter ones are on TV, they're actors, they have good jobs, I mean better jobs compared to the darker ones. It's like they expect the darker ones to stand at your place. You know where you belong, you need to be at the bottom, don't you dare rise and come up. So I started observing the way we are in Africa, the way we are in Europe and the Bible. So in these books, we had in the 7th century a king called Bulan, and he was a king of a kingdom. I mean, he was ruling in a kingdom called Khazaria. It doesn't exist anymore. It's in, if you look at the country of Turkey today, Turkey is called the gateway between the Asiatic continent and the European one. It's the gateway. It was there, and they were attacked by the Magyar, the Bulgar in French, and the Tatar. So that king Bulan called one imam in the Muslim faith, one rabbi in the Jewish faith, and one Catholic priest, and he asked them questions for like a whole year. And I was like, wow, that's, yes, those were ancient times. People still had time. They debated for a whole year, and finally the king chose, and he chose Judaism. And when a king changes his religion, the whole kingdom will follow him. And that's what happened. They all became Jews by conversion, which is not illegal, because you can convert today. We see people converting to Islam or to Christianity, whatever it is that you feel inside. I was born in a Christian family, so I was a cultural Christian at first, and then I met Jesus. So now I'm a Christian by purpose, by choice, by destiny, if I can use that word. I was born to be with Christ because I opened my eyes to the truth. So let's go back to the Jews. So those that we call Jewish people today in Israel are practicing Judaism, that is a religion, and the only problem that I have is the Talmud, because I read a couple of verses in the Talmud. They are giving very bad advices. They are saying bad things about Christ that I cannot even dare saying, because my mouth was created to worship him and not to call him names or to say bad things about him, about the way he was born and all that. So they are Jews, all right. They practice Judaism, but they are not the first Jews. They are the second Jews, if you can use that word. They are the second wave of people practicing that religion. The first wave, they were black, brown people. So the foundation of Judaism, the real one, not the Talmud, are black people. And so how come no one said about anything about it? And why, if you look at the way Israel is treating black people over there, they came forward admitting that they are giving contraceptive things to Ethiopian women so that they will not have many babies, because they want to keep the numbers of black Israeli at a certain point. So that makes you think the spirit of white supremacy is there. We call ourselves brothers, and yet they want me to stay at the bottom. we talk about the same God, and we see that same supremacy even in the Christian church. I was a Catholic, traditional Roman Catholic for 27 years, and then I left. Thank God, my eyes opened. Oh, I give him the glory. Don't get me started. When I start praising him just for that truth, I'm telling you, we can be here for an hour. I am so grateful that I'm not Catholic anymore. And but we see that racism, but it's a silent one. It's not spoken. It's quiet, not as violent as it used to be in the past, but it's still there. And so if your eyes are open, you are going to see it. So I used to give money to a Jewish ministry. A couple of them I stopped because I understand that I still pray for the peace of Jerusalem because it's in the Bible. And everything that God said, I will bless those who bless you, I will curse those who curse you. He was talking to a black people first. When we see the way they were in Egypt, when we see the way, our father Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they were black men. Jacob became Israel, and Joseph, one of his sons, the 11th one, was sold by the older brothers. He was taken in Egypt. He went in jail. We know the story. And finally was elevated because of the gift that God had placed in him. And he became the second man after Pharaoh in the kingdom. When his brother came to buy grains, they didn't recognize him because he looked like an Egyptian. The clothes and all that, he looked like an Egyptian. So that means that Joseph was a black man. When Moses met Zipporah, the lady who became his wife later on, when he had them fighting, those men at the well, because they were arguing for the water, for the livestock, they went back home and they told their father, they said that, an Egyptian had that. So Moses was black. All those facts were there, but no one taught them to black people, because if they didn't talk about it, that means that there is a bad idea behind it. Why will you hide something unless if it's innocent, if it's nice, cool, and clean? Why hide it? And then when we see Jacob, when he goes to Bethel and he put a stone and he said, the house of God is here. When he sees the angel ascending and descending, and he put his head on the stone, he had an afro, because an afro protects you. So he had kinky hair, what we call kinky. Because if you're white with flat, flowery hair, the stone will hurt your scalp, your head. We need to think about that. Those little details show us that Jacob had an afro. He was a brother. So that's where we are. So these books really opened my eyes. And so everything changed. And now I have an issue with the Christian teachings because they lie to me. I am so grateful that I met Jesus the right way. I met the Holy Spirit the right way. So I don't have any issue with them in the relationship that I have with them. What I have now is not religion. I'm beyond religion. I'm beyond denominations. I serve God. And I know why. And I know how far I will go for Him. So I'm just denouncing, and I don't like what I'm seeing. The racism that Israel has for black people, the racism that the Jews have for black people. And when we go back, let's return to the video that I made about the anointing and these people that grew up in church and they became singers and backup singers. The managers that are Jews, they knew what is it that they were getting. They came and they on the back of those black people. Because they are the chosen ones. They are the first. They are the prototype. They were created first and foremost, and then the others came later. So, that's the truth. That's where we are. And I share it with everyone that I will be willing to listen to me. And unfortunately, in French-speaking Africa, we don't have access to these kind of books. They are not translated in French. And the majority doesn't speak English fluently to be able to read, you know. So there's certain truth that we cannot receive because they are not even exposed to us. So I decided to be that middle person. If I cannot translate a whole book, but I can open the door, because I've been standing at the gap far too long. I'm a watchman. I watched, and now we need to talk about it. We need to go back. We need to go back to the truth and worship our Father in spirit and in truth. I'm not planning to move to Israel. I've never been to Israel. I would like to go there to visit, just to visit, and come back home, because the grace of God, the love of God, when Jesus will come, he said, every man will see him. So from where I am, I will see him too. And the church, the Christian church, is racist because they came with that white Jesus, blonde with blue eyes, and actually he could not have had long hair like that, because in the book of Leviticus there is a code given by God to men, to believers. They need to have a certain length for their hair. So that white Jesus, or that blessed heart, or sacred heart, that's not Jesus, the Son of God, the Redeemer, the one who died on the cross. That's not him. And that's the truth, and that's where we are. So we need to open our eyes, and something is happening, something is here, and it's come from God. It comes from him. The truth is coming out. People are waking up. People are opening their eyes. Something changed. And this truth cannot be hidden anymore. It cannot be pushed back in the back. I'm using push back in the back. But it cannot be hidden anymore. It's here. This is it. This is it. We need to know. We are going to know. We are going to discover who we are. And facts are facts. And they are converts. That's why they have that bank that does DNA, people to locate and to have a bank of DNA, because they are looking for the real Jews. Look at how they discovered the Lemba in Zimbabwe. Look about the Danite in Ivory Coast. We have the Igbo in between Ghana and Nigeria. We have many Jews that are living in Africa, and they are the real deal. My people in Tanzania, where we came from, where we have the Mountain of the Moon, we call ourselves Basumbwa Nilinze, God's creatures. And that is before the Bible came to us. We are God's people. And we are very, some might say, arrogant about that, but we are the chosen people. That's what we've been calling ourselves for centuries. And that's where this thing came from in my belly, like the desire to search, the desire to understand, the desire to know. And that's where we are. There is a spirit of white supremacy that is really doing everything that it can to hide the truth about Black people, about the contribution of Black people, about our identity. And we are the prototype. We are the first creature. We were created first, and everybody else came after. And that's the truth. And you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I've been set free by that truth. And I cannot even watch a Christian movie anymore. I don't like the way they depict Jesus. He is not supposed to be shown, because he asked us not to, So it's hard to watch a Christian movie because the theology is wrong. We have a blonde eye, blue Jesus with blue eyes. Or the patriarch in the Bible are white, which they were not. Moses, I remember I used to watch it, the Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston, let my people go. That was a lie. We've been lied to. And I opened my eyes, and I cannot go back to sleep. I'm awake and I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. I have my place. God has a place that He has prepared for me, and it's not the back, it's the front, because we're the first creation, so that means that we need to be in the front. Someone came and pushed and changed everything. What was right became wrong, what was wrong became right. That's where we are. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you about Jesus, how they use Christ to enslave and to subdue people of different ethnicity. They whitened Jesus Christ, and that's not right. We need to talk about it. I beheld His glory. He is real. There is a person called Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Yeshua is the real name. One might argue that the letter J was created in the 15th century. It was Yesu or Yeshua. But I'm talking about the person, what He did on the cross. Something happened. Because when I do deliverance, when you mention that name, something happens. Something happens. And that's the truth. That's my truth. And I wanted to share that with you. So check out those books. You are going to learn a lot.